Good evening, everyone. Is my voice audible? Kelvin, Prabha, Rahul, Mohammed, and Abdul. Okay. So, any new attendees in class today? Any new attendees in class today? Sarita, is this your first class? Fine, Sarita. Sarita, this is Garima. I teach business English, business communication, case studies, and HR. Okay. And please be regular in class so that your grades are not being affected due to shortage of attendance, and you can take the advantage of live classes. And if you are not able to follow anything in the class, you can raise your hands or you can even post your queries in the chat box. Fine. So today we are going to do a case study. The title is Managing a Store Relocation Project, and this case study is based on a company with the name Marks and Spencer. Have you ever heard the name of this company before? Marks and Spencer. What do they sell exactly? Marks and Spencer. I think this is a very common name. You might have heard it. So see, Marks and Spencer, as far as this company is considered, it is a actually British multinational retailer. Okay, they actually sell clothes, home products, luxury food products. They have their headquarters in London. Okay, and the founders are, Michael Marks and Thomas Spencer, and CEO is Mark Bollard. It was founded in 1884. So this company is quite old. It was established in 1884. Fine. They sell fashion brands, but they also sell food and all. Okay. Now, so is this much clear to everyone? Okay. So this is the detail about this company on which we are going to do the case study. You can just read it from the board. I have already told you as well. Yeah, good evening, Fatih. How are you? So today we are going to do a case study on Marks and Spencer, Fatih. And this is a British multinational brand. This company is quite old. Okay, this was established in 1884 in Leeds in United Kingdom. And they sell home products, they sell luxury clothing, they sell luxury food products. Okay. Now let's start with it. This case study describes the relocation in 1994 of the Marks and Spencer store in Kendal. The situation presented is a relatively unusual example of store development for the company, not just because it involves a relocation, but because it involves the acquisition and refitting of an existing supermarket. Marks and Spencer is committed to offering its customers high quality products. They sell high quality products, and all of us know it who buy it, right? An efficient service and attractive and comfortable surroundings. This requires an ongoing store development program involving expansion and modernization. See, they sell luxury products and at the same time they ensure that the surroundings are attractive and comfortable. So owing to that, they continuously expand and modernization is being done from time to time at the store. Fine. Good evening, Tamil Nadu. Store development projects not only includes the building of new stores on greenfield sites, but also modernizing and extending the footage of existing stores and relocating others to more appropriate sites. Okay, so they sell quality products, the location is attractive, and they sell it in a very comfortable surrounding. So owing to that, they continuously expand their stores, they build up new stores, the old ones are being modernized from time to time, and if it is not at a good place, they are going to change the location. Fine. And see, relocation requires a lot of money, and it's not that easy also. So owing to that, you are rarely going to find relocations in this company, because most of the majority of the Marks and Spencer stores are already in prime retail locations. So at the time when they choose the place for the store, they just make sure that it is in prime location for the particular city. Fine. Getting the planning and coordination right. Relocation projects are driven by the desire to improve Marks and Spencer's profitability by enhancing either the convenience of a store location or store environment to better satisfy. They generally don't do it as far as relocation is considered, but if they do it, why do they do it? The reason is like they want to satisfy customers in a better manner, or they want to establish their stores at a better place. When relocating, a considerable amount of time, resources, research, planning and management effort will be invested, right? So as far as relocation is considered, you need to see the amount of time it is going to take, you need to see the resources, then you need to plan, and lot of things are being invested, taken care of at the time of relocation. Many individuals and departments within the business will be involved, and number of external organizations will contribute, all working to achieve the company's objective. Okay. Now, so they are planning to actually relocate a store which is in Candy. Okay. So the date is 10th January 1994. Marks and Spencer is a 6 months into the schedule for a store relocation project in Kendal, Cumbria. Okay. In the text below, we hear from the 3 key managers closely involved in the scheme. Paul Meller is the Kendal store manager. Mike Peterson is a technical coordinator for construction services in the store development group. And Katie Bull is a store planner for the project. Their comments provide an insight into the reasons for relocation. However, the project is progressing and the task is still to be carried out prior to the new store opening. So see, 3 people are involved whose names are mentioned here. They are going to tell the reason why it is being relocated. The project is in progress and task is being carried out before the new store is being opened. Fine? Is it clear, everyone? Sarita, Kelvin, Prabha, Rahul, Mohammed, Abdul, Fatih, Tamil Rashi and KP Ramakrishnan. Now, before we switch to the next page, just read this page on your own so that you can follow it well. And then we are going to go to the next page. Fine? Is it clear? And don't move the board. Fine. Is it clear, Sarita, what you have to do? Once you are done, just type done in the chat box, please. Yeah, good evening, Darshana and others. What you have to do, we are doing a case study today on Marks and Spencer relocating a particular store. Why they are relocating it, that we are going to cover in the next page. But before that, I want you to read this page. Okay, everyone else is doing that as well. Fine. Just read this. Okay, okay, fine. Tamil Rashid, let's wait for the others to finish it. Others, are you done with it? Is everyone else done with the same? Okay, let's wait for a few minutes. Let others finish this and then we are going to switch over to the next page. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Okay. Adarsh, are you done with it? Adarsh, are you done with it? Okay. Let's proceed ahead to the next page. Sorry. Just wait. Just wait for a while. Yeah. So why they are relocating their stores? Uh, it has been mentioned here. Okay. Now, Paul explains some of the background to the project. Kendal is a busy market town in Cumbria on the southeastern edge of the Lake District National Park, which is a popular tourist area. The town is very close to the M6 motorway and is about 25 miles north of Lancaster. The map shows our current store in Kendal at 1820 Striggle Land Gate. It's a prime location in the high street where we are at the heart of shopping activity and we pick up a lot of passing trade. However, there are a number of problems with the site. So see, they are actually trying to relocate at a different place because there are a number of problems with the site, which they have listed here. The selling space at 9,000 square feet is far too small to exploit the sales potential available in Kendal. So the store is too small. The sales per square foot performance we are achieving clearly showing we can support a far larger store. The narrow frontage does not reflect the offer behind the doors and the long narrow shape of the store. So the shape is not good and the area is small. Okay, the passage door is not good, so they are not able to display everything. Okay. And the long narrow shape of the store, so the shape of the store is narrow. And bottleneck entrance do not help either when you are trying to create exciting merchandising. A worse problem is access to the rear of the store for delivery. Our lorries struggle to get down and narrow SS roads, and we pay a substantial rent for SS rights across private land to get to our landing bay. So see, the passage is not good, okay, and the front gate, and it is like, you know, it's like a gallery, okay, so they are not able to showcase all their products. It's small, and at the same time, you know, the truck which comes with their, you know, like products, they are not able, the road is so, you know, like, as far as the road is considered on which this store is being made, it's so narrow that, you know, they are not able to, you know, like the goods which are there in the lorry, they are not able to you know, get it down at that place in front of the, you know, store. Rather they have to, you know, take a site where it is being you know, like where it is being this thing. Hello, is my voice okay? Okay, so from the lorry it is being put to a particular site, okay, and it is unloaded to a particular site, and then they might be paying extra charges to the laborers to bring it to the store because of the narrow road in front of the store. Fine. So unloading in front of the store is not it's a problem. It's not possible because of the narrow road. Fine. So all these problems listed here are the reasons why they are looking for a new store. Last August, the company decided it really must sort out Kendall situation once and for all, and relocation becomes the only real option. Because see, they cannot make the road broader. It's already narrow. They just cannot do anything with the gate. And even if they are, you know, like putting more money to make the gate, you know, better, but still, you know, it's narrow. The whole store is narrow. What they're going to do with it? They just cannot sort out that problem. So the only option left to them is to you know, relocate it to a better place where they can, all these problems they are not going to face. Okay. In 1993, I heard fine food were under pressure from the local competition, and our acquisitions people in the estate department stated seriously considering this site as an option. It is an unusual relocation choice because we are effectively vacating a prime high street site for a site that is off pinch in terms of passing footfall and has to attract customers in its own right. Okay, so the place where they are at prime location, the store is at prime location, and it attracts a lot of customers. But yeah, these problems are there and there is no solution for it. So they are moving to a place which is not a better option than this. That would be an unusual location. Okay, but still they don't have any option and has to attract customers in its own right. However, the site does not have number of significant advantages. So new site, obviously, it's not at prime location, and they'll have to attract customers, you know, somehow. It's not it has not got the advantages as compared as that of this location, that is at, you know, being at prime location. But at the same time, you know, still they're choosing that site because they won't face these issues as listed here, and at the same time it has got other advantages. Okay, so owing to that they're choosing that site. For a start, it is the ideal footage we want, with the sales area on one floor in a very workable footprint, which should lead to significantly increased turnover, but with proportionately less staff and management. The new site has a large car park, okay, which is ideal for food shoppers. Access for deliveries is excellent with a dedicated entrance and purpose-built underground delivery area. So the problems they were facing here, they need not to face it. The only issue with the new site is it's not at prime location. Otherwise, it has its own advantages. And they need not to, all the things which were, because of which they are leaving the store, that won't be repeated there, and in addition to that, they also have a large parking area. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear why they are changing the store? What is the reason? Project management. Mike explains his role in the project. Because the Kendall scheme is relatively small, I have been delegated much of the project management responsibility on the construction side. So see, that Kendall store is very small. So what this guy has been asked to do is, this Mike, okay, he has been given, the new store is being constructed at a new site. So he has been given the, you know, he need to manage that construction site where the new store is being built. My job is to ensure all necessary building and fitting out work is completed on time. So he needs to ensure, this guy, he needs to see that the place where new store is being designed, it has to be completed on time, and that too within the cost that has been agreed and to the right specification. Katie explains her role as a store planner for the project. We focus on ensuring new stores are designed in a way that meet the commercial requirements for the business. maximize sales in an attractive store environment. So Katie needs to see that it is being built in the store should be attractive so that it can maximize sales, and she also needs to ensure that stores are operationally efficient to minimize cost. So cost should be less, it should be attractive, it should maximize sales. So Katie is going to take care of all these steps. I liaise with all departments that have an interest in the design, building and operation of the store. I must ensure that the final layout meets the need of the store manager, divisional management and also buying group that are my clients. My brief therefore covers a range of layout and design issues, looking at way stock is moved around the store, positioning walkways to facilitate customer movement around the store. She also needs to see that the design which she is choosing for the new store, it should have passage where customers can walk comfortably. Where everything is going to be positioned, where they're going to put food counters, fridges, all those stuff. Okay. I will also get involved later in the project to plan the loose merchandising, equipment, racks. We need to know what we are doing on these things about 12 weeks before opening, because it takes so long sometimes to order some of the equipment. Fine. What everyone is doing and how the new store is different from the old one, which is being designed now. Clear everyone? Tamil Rashi, KP Ramakrishnan, Adarsh, Darshana, Rekshi, Padi, Abdul, Mohammed, Rahul, Prabha, Kelvin, Sarita. Now, just read this on your own. You have to read this on your own and then we are going to move. Who is moving the board? You have to move, you read till area. Don't move the board, please. Once you are done till delivery area, just let me know. I'm going to scroll it down. Is everyone done to delivery area? Should I scroll it down? Should I scroll it down? Okay. Just read the remaining parts of this and then we are going to switch over to the next page. Okay, now let's go to the third page of this. All right. Okay, let's go to the next page of this. Okay. Yeah. Paul explains, in the case of Kendall, the whole process really got underway once the Estates Department had kicked off serious interest in the fine fruit site on August 1993. I was involved from the beginning when we were doing the feasibility research, arguing vigorously in the favor of the resite. A lot of research went into estimating the turnover and a host of factors were considered: existing sale performance, the proposed selling space available, the local customers' profile, the size of the catchment population, local competition, and so on. Mike has been closely involved in planning activities at the head office and he picks up the story. At the start of September, we then went to the preparatory planning stage, during which the scheme was subjected to progressively more and more detailed examination and had to pass through a series of project boards before it could gain approval to proceed to the Capital Evaluation Committee in early November. The preparatory planning stages started with probably a month's work by a skeleton design team drawing up a broad outline of the proposed scheme. Once this has been agreed by the project board, we then studied the scheme in detail. Our architects, corporate designers and store planners produced detailed plans and layouts, even down to the walkways and the location and size of the main sales department. We needed detailed layouts at this stage because of the implications for cost and plant requirements. So see, before they relocate to a new location, they have the proposal is not accepted so easily. It passes through several departments, boards, and then once it is being approved, it is being studied properly so that they can build up a quality store. Okay. They also need to file out the budget, how much money is going to be needed to make that store. Okay, and they have people who just take care of this thing at the store side, that it should be completed on time and on budget as well. Okay, once the final project board was happy with these, we could then go to the CEC for approval for the funds and go ahead. Okay, so they research on it, they design it, they actually research on it and then they design, and it passes through several boards, and once it is being approved, they get funds. They need to get the funds approved for the same. After the initial feasibility research in August, we went into negotiations with Fine Food and we had to do the background planning in strict confidence. We had to be careful not to spark off any rumors of our interest in the site, which might upset the existing Fine Food staff until everything has been settled. The project was approved by the Capital Evaluation Committee within a couple of weeks. All the research showed that the Kendall scheme would achieve the required returns, so the directors gave us the okay on the expenditure without a problem. As soon as we had approval, we went to tender on the design and build contract for the store. Okay, so they give the contract to someone who is going to build up the whole store, and for that many companies are going to fill the tender, and whoever tender is going to be approved, they are going to get the proposal. Fine. Paul Meller has been involved throughout the planning process. I'm making sure that I have an input on the internal design of the store because of my commercial management interest. The sales floor plan is mainly developed by the store planning who works through a successful design formula. Throughout the preparatory planning stages, I fed in my views on the location and size of departments and on positioning of customer service desk. So what this guy is taking care of, he is going to see in the planning stage only that what would be the size of different departments, where they are going to keep the customer service desk, telephone. Okay. I also want a canopy over the entrance. It rains so much in Kendall. I can see staff getting very wet while they are open with their bags to get through the card swipe. Fine. So a lot of planning is needed. It's not that easy to relocate the store or build up a new store. They have to take care of everything and they have people for this thing because, you know, once it is being established somewhere, they just cannot relocate again and again. Fine? Clear? Any questions? Anyone out there? Can you please read? Don't move the board. Who is moving the board? Read from Paul till store. And then I'm going to scroll it down. Fine, everyone? Please do this. Once you're done till store, just let me know. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, just read the remaining parts of this, please, and then we are going to switch to the next page. Okay, let's move to the next page of this. Okay. Now, okay. Planning. Mike explains how the building work is likely to develop over the next few weeks, and with the current position on planning approval, the building contractor will have access to the site from 14 February, and within a fortnight there will be a scenes of organized chows peppered with hoardings, huts and hard hats. The building contractor will spend 2 weeks or so preparing the site, and then work can begin in the earnest on the installation of a new sprinkler, electrical and mechanical periods to see if anyone has any objection. Approval for are changes to the elevations and shop front. Okay, new directional signs on Library Road and new signs on the front of the store, and of course we will need a building regulation approval. So see, before they make up a new building, a lot of approvals are being needed. So this is what they have listed here. The main objective for the building contractor will be to open as soon as possible. We will confirm the exact opening date once we have been on a site a few weeks, and we'll have progress meetings every 4 weeks anyway to make sure things are going to plan. So in order to check whether everything is going in plan or not, as per the plan or not, meetings will be held from time to time. Okay. Yeah. We have got to fit out 3 levels of the building. The lower ground floor, okay, the lower ground floor, underground car park, stock room, refrigeration plant area and goods reception area. So in the lower ground, it would be a underground parking. They are going to have an underground parking area, stock room. They will also have a refrigeration plant area and goods reception area. In the ground floor, sales area will be there, food hall will be there, and backstage areas will be there, including the cold room. And mezzanine floor, kitchen, toilets, offices, and mezzanine floor means what? First floor. Kitchen will be there, toilets will be there, offices will be there, and EPOS room. The ground floor fit out will take place in 3 stages. It will take a week to install the high level electrical, mechanical and sprinkler services above the sales floor and food hall, and fix up the ceiling grid ready for the ceiling tiles to be added later. The CCTV equipment will be installed as soon as the electrical work is finished, because you might have seen there are CCTV cameras in all the stores of this kind. After that, we can start putting in some of the Marks and Spencer design features like perimeter paneling, trims, skirting, covering, cornice and isometric lighting, which will take 5 weeks. Once these are sorted, we can get the vinyl flooring down in the food hall, the carpet down on the rest of the sales floor, drop the ceiling tiles into place and put the doors on. We can then install the equipment for fitting rooms and the Mark and Spencer financial services desk area, the customer service desk, the wall and mid flooring, merchandising equipment, food cases and shelving, till podia, tills and phones. This flooring and equipment stage will take about 5 weeks. So they have chalked out plans for everything, like which process is going to take how much time. The lobby area and automatic doors on the shop front will be left quite late so that we can get some of the large equipment, particularly the refrigeration plant. So they are going to fit the door at the front end, okay, lastly, because they need to install the refrigerators, big huge refrigerators in which they store things. So once it is going to enter in, then only they are going to fit in the door, so that it can go into the store more easily. The sales floor needs to be handed over to the store manager 2 weeks before opening. Okay. So the sales floor will be handed over to the store manager 2 weeks before opening, so that he or she can manage everything and they can get the staff, before time. Like once, it starts running, before it starts running, to give staff enough time for dressing. Okay. Backstage, we need to get the cold room fully operational and down to the correct temperature in time for handover 4 weeks before opening. So 4 weeks before opening, they just need to make sure that cold room in which they store stuff like vegetables and all, it will be, like it start working before opening, like 4 weeks before opening. On the mezzanine floor, we need to fit our staff quarters. We will need 7 weeks to sort out the basic and joinery for the offices, kitchen and toilets, and then probably 4 weeks to decorate. Put the minor flooring and carpets down, do the final clean and take in the office furniture and kitchen equipment. We should be ready to hand over the staff quarters 3 weeks before the opening. So everything will be on, like at its proper place 3 weeks before. Okay. Because they're going to monitor everything in those 3 weeks before they open it. On the lower ground floor, we have got some general improvement works in the car parking area and the preparation of the stock rooms and good reception area, which will probably take 9 weeks. So they know that the store is going to be built in, like 1 year. So they have chalked out like how many weeks each specific thing is going to take. In addition to all the fitting out work, we have also got to get all the major equipment commissioned, of course, which means checking and testing the sprinklers, air conditioning. Okay, so whatever they buy, they check it beforehand. Alarms to ensure everything works the way it should. All the IT gear will be dry run and various tests done to make sure you communicate and the data checks out and all the things will be tested once they are hooked up. Then there is outside of the building, trolley, coral, minor improvement to the layout of the car park and new white lining and signs. So this is all they are going to do. Fine. It's not that easy. After reading all this, you can understand how rigorous it is to build up a store like this, multi-speciality store, right? Is it clear? Now, we often go for window shopping to such places, but you know how much pain they take to build up such stores. Okay? Okay. Now, from my till install bean, read it till here, and then I'm going to scroll it out. Once you are done till here, just let me know, please. Okay, is everyone done till install? Is everyone done till install? Please let me know in the chat box. Now read the remaining parts of this, and then we are going to go to the next page. Okay, is everyone done till here? Fine. Okay, let's move to the next part. Now, okay, sorry. The conclusion of this in the next class, okay, which is probably on Friday. Any questions, anyone out there? Any questions, anyone out there? Okay, so at the end of, once this class is being over, once this class is over, you're going to get the feedback form. Don't forget to fill that. You just put genuine comments there, and please be there on Friday. See, I told you, Abdul, you know it. I don't have classes. You are going to have classes with other teachers tomorrow, but you don't have any class with me on Thursdays and Sundays. I don't take classes on Thursdays and Sundays. Fine? Okay, so thank you so much. Take care. Bye, everyone. See, once this class is going to get over, you are going to get the feedback form. Everyone gets that. Fadi. Fine? I don't know why you don't get that. Just ask others. Can you help Fadi? He doesn't get the feedback form. Can you help him? Anyone out there? If you know why he is not getting it, please guide him. Tamil Rashi is saying something. Just see today, Fadi. Maybe you get it today. Just check it and let me know. Okay. If you don't get it today, just let me know on Friday. Thank you so much. Bye.